Śrī Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mayam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Admitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा मुखं करोति वाचालं भंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकस्वामिने नमः चरपदाय निताय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामोदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे हरे कृष्णा Śrī Āndāl Nachiyar appeared in the 8th century in the Divyadesham called as Srivalliputtur, and she was found below the Tulsi tree, Tulsi Maharani, by her father, Periyalvar. Both Periyalvar as well as Āndāl Nachiyar are Alvars among the 12 Alvars of the Sri Sampradaya. So Periyalvar is also named as Vishnu Chitta because all the time he was in deep Vishnu's remembrance. So he is considered also among the Alvars, he is the topmost. That's why he is called as Periyalvar. So he was having a regular service to the local temple, which is called as Vatapatrashai, and he will make wonderful flower garlands. So his daughter Āndāl Nachiyar used to wear it and look at the mirror. So one day father noticed it and he felt it. It should not be the case. So he took another new mala to the temple, but the Lord said very clearly, bring that mala which is worn by Āndāl Nachiyar. So this way Āndāl Nachiyar is also called as Sudi Kodutha Chudar Kodi. So Āndāl Nachiyar, when she started Krishna Bhakti from the beginning, as her father was continually doing that, she observed it and she was deeply into Krishna Bhakti throughout. But one thing is interesting is she was not alone relishing the Krishna Bhakti. She wanted to bring down all the villages, all the gopis, kumarikas in her hometown. So as she was keep on visiting various houses, waking them up, so she used to call out each and every one by the way and make them to join her Nakara Sankirtan so that everybody will be benefited, and they observed a Vrata, what is called as Pāvai Nonbu. So this Pāvai Nonbu is nothing, it is not there is no difference between the Katyayani Vrat which was maintained by the Gopis of Vrindavana. So as we see that Āndāl Nachiyar was completely doing everything replica of Sri Vrindavana. She considered herself as a gopi. In addition to that, she wanted to bring all the Kumarikas into the Gopi Bhav and made them to do the Nakara Sankirtan. This way, Āndāl Nachiyar was spreading the Krishna consciousness throughout. And she is incarnation of Bhumi Devi. And as she was growing, she was into deep love of Ranganatha, and she wanted to marry only Lord Ranganatha. And Lord Ranganatha came to Srivilliputtur and the marriage was held. And in Srivilliputtur, Ranganatha Swami is called as Rangamannar. So she composed these 30 Pasurams on a daily basis, and it has got completely packed nectarian meaning of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So our primary idea of bringing this Tiruppāvai Mangalārati is during the Mārgasirsha Mass. It is glorious, one thing. Another thing is Āndāl Nachiyar Pāsurams are highly connected, or the essence of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So we request once again all the speakers in different languages to connect the Bhagavatam shlokas which is given in our synopsis. So this is a very important highlight of this program. So Prabhupada has been keep on telling Bhagavatam reading. So we are combining it both Tiruppāvai as well as the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So as we go further, we will be reciting the Taniyans, which is glorifying Āndāl Nachiyar, which is done by Parasara Bhatta. Then after that, we will be reciting today's Pāsuram. So first we will recite the Taniyans. Nila Tungastu Nagari Tadi Suddha Mudbhotya Krishnam Parardhyam Swam Shruti Sada Sira Siddha Madhyapayanti Sochishtāyam Srajani Galitam Ya Bhalakritya Bhunkte Parardhyam Swam Shruti Sata Saira Siddha Madhyapayanti Sochishtāyam Srajani Galitam Ya Bhalakritya Bhunkte Koda Tasyai Nama Idam Idam Bhuya Yevastu Bhuyaha Annavayal Puduvai Āndāl Arangarku Pannu Tiruppāvai Palpatiyam இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள் நற்பா மாலை பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளை சொல்லு சூடிக் கொடுத்த சுடற்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடியருளவல்ல பல்வளையாய் நாடினீர் வேங்கடவர்க்கு என்னை விதியென்ற இம்மாற்றம் நாங்கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. So here we see that this glorification is primarily for Śrī Āndāl Nachiyar, and it is not coming under the Divya Prabandham Nalayanam. So it's outside that. So these are the glorifications. So let us get into the today's Pāsuram, which describes the waking up of the Lord as well as Nappinai also. As we see in the 18th verse, they are waking up Krishna, and in the 19th verse, they are waking up Nappinai. But now Āndāl Nachiyar has understood the system of it, approaching both together to get the ultimate, what is called as Pāvai Nondu's purposes of getting Parai. Okay, let's get into the Pāsuram. I request Aishwarya Gopalakrishnan to recite, sing the Pāsuram today. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ma.
Just to all devotees, Hare Krishna. முப்பத்து மூவர் அமரர்க்கு முன் சென்று கப்பம் தவிர்க்கும் கலியே துயிலெழாய். முப்பத்து மூவர் அமரர்க்கு முன் சென்று கப்பம் தவிர்க்கும் கலியே துயிலெழாய். செப்பமுடையாய் திரளுடையாய் செற்றார்க்கு வெப்பம் கொடுக்கும் விமலா துயிலெழாய். செப்பமுடையாய் திரளுடையாய் செற்றார்க்கு வெப்பம் கொடுக்கும் விமலா துயிலெழாய். செப்பன்னமென் முலை செவ்வாய் சிறு மருங்குல் நப்பின்னை நங்காய் திருவே துயிலெழாய். செப்பன்னமென் முலை செவ்வாய் சிறு மருங்குல் நப்பின்னை நங்காய் திருவே துயிலெழாய். உக்கமும் தட்டுளியும் தந்துன்மணாளனை உக்கமும் தட்டுளியும் தந்துன்மணாளனை இப்போதே
Krishna. Very nice. Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Vasant Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, I am opening the room. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That was very nicely sung by Aishwarya Gopala Krishna. So let us get into the Pāsuram. முப்பத்து மூவர் அமரர்க்கு முன் சென்று கப்பம் தவிர்க்கும் கலியே துயிலழாய் செப்பமுடையாய் திரள் உடையாய் செற்றார்க்கு வெப்பம் கொடுக்கும் விமலா துயிலழாய் செப்பென்ன மென்முலை செவ்வாய் சிறுமருங்குல் நப்பின்னை நங்காய் திருவே துயிலழாய் உக்கமும் தட்டொழியும் தந்து உன் மணாளனை இப்போதே எம்மை நீராட்டேலோர் எம்பாவாய். So here we can understand Āndāl Nachiyar is in the first portion of the Pāsuram waking up the Lord, and the next half of the Pāsuram she is waking up Nappinai. So before getting to the translation and the explanation, let us get into the word by word meaning. Muppattu, pattu means 10, muppattu means 3 into 10, 30, mover means 3. So 30 plus 3, 33. Amararku, as we know that, those who have drunk the nectarian, automatically they are all eternal. So that means they are all Amarar. Amarar in Tamil called as they live eternally. Mun sendru, mun means before, sendru means gone, kappam. So kappam tavirkum. Kappam means here the fear psychosis. What do we call it as? Kappam tavirkum. Tavirkum means removing. Kaliye. Kaliye the means the Lord with all the elegance, who is the ultimate and valiant. Then it talks about Tuyil Elai. Tuyil means from the sleep, Elai means please wake up. Seppamudayai. Seppamudayai, it talks about, it's a very important aspect of it. Seppamudayai means here who can do things with ease and who is always willing to protect the devotees. Seppam Udayai. He has taken a vow. That means he has been maintaining this Seppam Udayai. So his vow to protect the devotees has been maintained. So that's why whatever he says, that becomes Satyam or truth. So as we see in the Bhagavad Gita also, we have seen this repeatedly so many times, protecting the devotees. Tiral Udaya. Tiral means the talent or the ability. Udaya means one who possesses. Setrark. Setrark here, it talks about those who are against, those who are envious. One can consider it as demon or demonic people or atheistic people. Then what does he do? Veppam. Veppam means heat. Kodukum, one who gives. Vimala. Mala means contaminated. Vimala means completely pure in all respects. Tuyil Elai. Wake up from your sleep. Seppenna menmulai. Seppenna. Seppu means copper. Seppenna means the kalasham or the vessel which is made up of copper. Seppenna menmulai. It talks about the bosom of the pinai. Okay. Sevvai Sirumarangul. Sevvai means, vai means mouth. Sevvai means reddish like a guava. Then Sirumarangul, and her waist is very, very slender waist, right? We saw on the beginning of the Pasurams, it talks about the snake which enters into the hole with slender waist. So here also, she has got a very slender waist. Nappinai, again, it is none other than Nila Devi, and our Sampradaya we call Shishi Radharani. Then Nangai. Nangai means the most beautiful and always maintaining her care for the devotees. Thiruve, the consort of the Lord. Tuyilarai, please wake up. Ukkamum. Ukkamum, here it talks about the very important thing, what is always given in the general trend, especially between the women. They offer certain things very interestingly to make them. So Ukkamum Tattolium. Tattolium means mirror. Ukkamum means, suddenly I forgot it. Okay, so let me recollect it. Un Manalanai, that means your beloved husband. Ippode means right now. Ni aratade, nirata means taking bath together. So here, this is an important aspect of waking up both Krishna as well as Nappinai. So this is a very important verse wherein we have to understand the philosophy, what is behind this. One has to worship Lord together, never alone. So as Prabhupada also mentions, if Narayana is worshipped, Lakshmi is also worshipped along with. One should not worship Lakshmi alone. So another thing is, when we worship Lord Rama, Sita Mata should always be there. So like this, it goes on and on. So they are called as divine couple or Divya Dampati. So as I told you, Ukkamum, Tattolium, what was coming, it is a small fan. You can call it as a hand fan also, whatever. So Ukkamum, Tattolium means the mirror. So as we see the translation now, let us get into the detailed translation of this. Prabhu, can we show that? O puissant warrior, how graciously you advance into the battlefield long before danger threatens and stand in forefront, if only to rescue 33 crores of celestial from fear of their enemies. Pray, wake up, of immense strength and great uprightness. So when we say that uprightness, it means he maintains his words, action, everything together, thinking also, right? Then an absolute purity, Vimala. You are by nature inclined to always protect, right? And regarding the foes of your suppliants as your own enemies, you strike them with terror. Be requested to wake up. O Neela Devi, how perfect you are in beauty with the bosoms like golden tumblers. It's not tumblers actually, it is a kalasha. In English, there is no equivalent word, I think so. In Tamil, we say seppu chombu. That means copper. Here they are mentioning as golden tumblers. And ruby nether lip. So that is the right color of a reddish lips and slender waist. Pray, wake up, full of protection. You are equal to Lakshmi ji. Give us the fan and the mirror and they help us to bathe together with your Lord Krishna. So here, this is the translation. We will try to analyze it and discuss further on this, how it goes. So when we said Muppattu Mover, Muppattu means I said 3 into 10, 30. Mover means 3, I said. So 33. So as we know, the Devatas, that is Amara that is mentioned, right? So the Devatas are altogether, if you look at it, our Shastras are telling 33 crores. So how this 33 number comes, many may not be aware of it. So it is explained, there are Adityas 12. In Bhagavad Gita also he is telling Adityanam Aham Vishnu, like that. So Adityas are 12. Then Rudranam Shankaraschasmi in Bhagavad Gita he says. That means there are 11 Rudras. How much it becomes? 12 plus 11, 23. Then Vasus. There are 8 Vasus. So that becomes 31. Then Ashwini Kumaras 2. So that becomes 33. So 12 plus 11, 23. 23 plus 8, 31. 31 plus 2, 33. So this way, the calculation of 33 crores of Devatas are mentioned. And what is the Lord does? That is very interesting. He has given a promise, he will protect his devotees. So under the circumstances, he should not relax and sit at the back bench. So what he does, he goes well in advance and protect his devotees. As he goes well in advance before his devotees, what happens? All their fear psychosis is removed. Even if you look at the 10th canto of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, when Brahmaji along with Bhumi Devi Tayar and all the Devatas went and requested the Lord by singing the Purusha Sutta prayers and so many things, right? So immediately what the Lord said, you all go and appear there and I will come and I will reduce the burden of the earth. So if you look at each and every aspect of it, even in the Kurukshetra war, the forefront who was there in the battlefield in representing the Pandavas, only the Lord, because Arjuna was behind, not in the front. So here we can understand that devotees always keep the Lord up front and they keep themselves behind. That means that devotees totally depend on the Lord. They know pretty well, only Lord can protect them. So Rakshishiti Vishwaso. So here also, the Lord has taken a vow to protect his devotees. So what he does, he goes much before them. See, if you look at, there are a few things we have to understand now, especially when there is a darkness while we are walking, right? And we are going with our parents and we are all small kids. What do we do? Papa, you go front. I'll come behind. They will not be having that much of fearlessness to go front, right? What do they say? Oh, please, you go front. Like that here also, all the devatas, when they are facing a tough task of handling the asuras, what they do? They made the Lord to go in front. So any problem, it is for him to handle it. So as we see in the Mahabharata, Yuddha, and on many places also, the devotees feel relaxed. They keep cool. They do not bother. That's why when we say, when we have problems, we always, what we do? We take the association of the devotees. So association of the devotees altogether represent the Lord's presence. So what we do? We keep the Lord in front to face all our difficulties. And who is coming to protect us from these difficulties? The Lord. So here also, the Lord, what does he do? Kappam tavirkum. He removes all our fears. As we repeatedly say, the holy name itself can protect. So in many places of the Bhagavatam, it says, by uttering the holy name, one can chase away or completely make run away the fear personified. So here also it says the same thing. The Lord come upfront to protect his devotees. Kaliye, as I told you, Kaliye means he is the most valiant person because he can defeat anyone. If you look at this point again, the Kurukshetra war, wherein there are so many occasions, so many powerful warriors who were fighting with Arjuna, and all the times Krishna only protected him. Though Arjuna is called a great archer, but still in the battlefield, the Lord only protected because he was in the front. Similarly, if you look at it, Bhishmadev took a vow to finish off Arjuna because he committed to Duryodhana, because he was talking some harsh words. Then at that time, Bhishmadev took a vow, I will try to finish him off. So under the circumstances, imagine the special warrior, the great general who is called as Bhishmadev. When he fights, nobody can stay in front. Even the Lord's incarnation, Pāsuram himself could not. So this way, when he was doing fiercely fighting, at that time Krishna only protected. So Munsendra, he went up front. Similarly, when Karna was fighting, also you know that Karna has got lots of weapons. In addition to that, he is also a powerful warrior. So whenever he aims for 100 feet to attack Arjuna, to set his bow and arrow, immediately Krishna makes the rath or the chariot to move little backwards. Like this, he does so many adjustments to protect his devotee. So this is a very clear explanation. Mun sendru kappam tavirkum kaliye, valiant. Next one, Seppamudayai Tiroludayai. Seppamudayai means, as I told you here, he always keeps up his vow. He never fails. Then, how it is, one can understand. Because he has got a clear makeup of mind. That means all the time, whenever any problem for his devotee, he comes to the rescue instantly, not one. We can quote so many places, right? So that's why he keeps up his promise very clearly. But how he does it, because many people may not accept it, atheists and all others will try to make fun of it. But Krishna told Arjuna, you go and clap. So if you look at the instances, one, Gajendra, when he was in trouble, who came? The Lord came. When Draupadi was in trouble, Krishna came. Like that, we can keep on telling so many instances. So Seppa Mudayai, he keeps up his vow. That means he take a vow, means he completes it without fail. Next, what does he say? Tiraludayai. Tiraludaya means he is always having the talent or the power to defeat his enemies. Tiraludayai. Setrarch. Setrarch here, it talks about the enemies. When we say the enemies, here Krishna is not killing them. Because Āndāl Nachiyar has put the words very clearly. Setrarch veppam kodukkum. Veppam kodukkum means to give fear psychosis. So even if you know the story of Kamsa, every time Kamsa was in deep fear. Every now and then he was in deep fear. So that's why Veppam Kodukkum Vimala. As you see the Bhagavatam story, every now and then Kamsa will be afraid of, thinking of. That's why when Yudhishthira Maharaj was asking Narada Muni, at that time, Narada Muni explained for Kansa, he was remembering Krishna by only fear psychosis. Gopyaha kamat bhayat kamso. In bhaya, in only fear, he was always remembering, which is not a favorable one. Okay, then moving on to Veppam Kodukkum. So since he is doing that, is he having some partiality? Is he not doing equality to everyone? But in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dveshyosti Na Priyaha. So that means the Lord always wants all the jivas to come back to Him, to be associating with Him all the time and serve Him eternally. The Lord loves it. There is only one concern for Him: when all these jivas will come back to Him. But unfortunately, we forget and try to enjoy this material world, which is temporary one. So that's why Vimala. See, if you look at it, Andalachar has coherently talked so many things and he has composed it so well. Settarku veppam kodukkum. So when he does so, people will think he is not good to many. And he is always partial. But this is not the case. That's why she says Vimala. Vimala means there is no blemish on him. He is blemishless. So that way Vimala, Tuyilarai, please wake up. Seppenna menmulai sevvai sirumarangul. So Seppenna, as I explained before, it's a golden vessel, kalasha, menmulai, and her bosoms are similar to that, and it is very soft. And what does this further she describes about the beauty of Nappinai Sevvai? Her mouth is so reddish, similar to that of a, as I told you, guava fruit, right? We in Tamil we say kovai பழம் போல் சிவந்தது, like that, right? So here also the same thing is sevvai. Sirumarungul. Sirumarungul means here the waist of Nappinai is so slender. Even if you look at it, the description when it comes to Sita Mata in the Ramayana, as we see Valmiki is explaining when all the three were walking together, Lord Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana. One could not see the waist of Srimati Sita Mata because such a slender waist. Even in Kamba Ramayana, in Tamil, the Kambar who has written or composed this Ramayana, he has mentioned it in his verses also. That means here also Nappinai is having a similar slender waist. Nappinai Nangai. Nappinai, as I told you, she is Nila Devi, and again in our Sampradaya we call her as Srimati Radharani. Nangai. Nangai means she is again similar to that of the word here, upar, the what is given up is Eppamudayaya. So she takes care of the devotees. Lord protects and consort takes care of the devotee. How she is taking care? She is recommending all the jivas, though there may be some problems or blemish or something, but still Nappinai gives a recommendation. Even in our Gaudiya Sampradaya also we make it very clear that Srimati Radharani's recommendation is a must to get back to Krishna, otherwise impossible. So that means Nangai means such a wonderful, helpful or compassionate Nangai. Thiruve means when she is by the side of Lord Krishna, she becomes the consort and automatically she is possessing all wealth. Okay. Tuyilarai, please wake up. Ukkamum. Ukkamum, as I told you, it's a small fan to have enough air. Ukkamum. Tattoliyam. Tattoliyam means a mirror to look at. Generally, these type of gifts are given when there is an exchange between the women folk. Many of you might remember during the Navaratri, we call it as Haldi Kungum, or in Tamil we call it as Vethalai Pak. So while we are inviting, all the ladies are inviting the other ladies, what they do, they give them kumkum, they give them the tambulam. In addition to that, they give them a nice mirror and a comb and other so many things. So this is a clear tradition which is there in the Tamil community. So here also Āndāl has put it perfectly. Ukkamum tattoliyum. Tandu. Tandu means give. Un manalanai. That means your beloved Krishna. Ippode means right now. Emmai neeraattivel. So we want to have a bath along with Lord Sri Krishna. So here the understanding is all the time Nappinai was having a long cherished and association of the Lord. And all the gopis of Vrindavana, they are requesting, please allow us, we also want to have the Bhagavat Anubhava. Because they are also maintaining the Vrata only to get Krishna as their husband. So automatically they are also requesting Apinai, who is the consort of Krishna, to give him so that they also can the association of the Lord. So this way one can understand Emmai Neera Telor Embavai. So this is a traditional one, taking bath. As I told you earlier, this Pāsuram completes the fourth scene of the entire Tiruppāvai. So the first five describes the introduction of that. Then the next five waking up of one set of Kumarikas. The next five waking up five important qualified who are all representing the different sense organs. And the next one is the five Pāsurams, waking up of the gatekeepers, then waking up of Nanda Baba, and so on, and waking up of Krishna, then again waking up of Nappinai. Now in this verse, they woke up both of them. So here, as I said, the word in this Pāsuram, Nangai, it talks about Nappinai is also always concerned about each and every one. That's why she sees to it, she is recommending each and every jiva to go back to Godhead. So this way, this Pāsuram completes the fourth scene of the Tiruppāvai. Tomorrow, the interesting thing is they will be approaching the Lord. That is another next phase of the Tiruppāvai. So as we progress in the Tiruppāvai, one can relish and observe how Āndāl Nachar has framed this Tiruppāvai in a sequence. And the order is very clear now, right? To whom to approach and how to approach and what are the things to be done, not to be done. Then she waking up each and everyone. That is her primary goal. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yare Deka, Tare Kaha. So she is waking up each and everyone without fail. So to bring them together to perform this Pāvai Nonbu. Next stage, she is waking up the other five, as I told you, the five sense organs. What are they? Initially, first we talked about the ears, then we talked about the skin or the body, then we talked about the eyes, then we talked about the mouth, and finally we talked about the nose. So altogether, all the five are there. Then after that, they approach the Lord's abode, and first they approach, as we said, that Nanda Baba's palace, which is none other than the temple. So Āndāl Nachar going in a sequential manner, and now the completing of the ritual is going to happen in the next forthcoming verses. This is a very important thing. So, and each and every stage, one can understand Āndāl Nachar has maintained very important things, because in our Sampradaya, the priority in the devotional service is chanting the holy names. Undoubtedly, in all Vaishnavism, this is a basic thing. Especially in the Kali Yuga, there is only one process one can get out of this cycle of birth and death, is chanting the holy names. As we see in all the Pāsurams, Āndāl Nachar has used the Perpadi in different ways, many places, right? So as we see that it is the complete Bhagavatam essence, as we are going to relish further on that. So today's Pāsuram represents Bhagavatam in two places. One is that Seppamudayai, the other one is, as I told you, Nangai. So when I said that Seppamudayai, he keeps up his promise. Who is that? The Lord keeps up his promise. And Nangai means Nappine always takes care of the devotees. So in these references, there are one or two shlokas in the Bhagavatam. Let us try to cover as much as we can. So this comes from the 10th canto, 2nd chapter, shloka number 26. Please make a note of it, devotees, because as we are explaining it, when we are referring to the Bhagavatam, I am really concerned whether the other language speakers are referring the Bhagavatam and give stress on that. I don't know, because I told them many times it is their responsibility to do that, because Bhagavatam and Tiruppāvai, we are doing a comparative analysis, right? So as we say that, no, always Bhagavata Charcha. So we are doing the same thing. We are relishing Tiruppāvai through Bhagavatam, right? So, or the other way it is, okay? But in any case, Bhagavatam is always glorious and Tiruppāvai is also glorious because it's the essence of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So today's verse, please by heart, it is a must. Why? Because all the devatas goes and prays to the Lord, as I was telling earlier, to reduce the burden of their led by Brahmaji, all Bhumi Devi, Indra, everybody goes to the Lord to pray on the banks of causal ocean. This is a very important verse. It's easy to remember because Satyam comes so many times. One can by heart it. Satyabratam, Satyaparam, Trisatyam, Satyasya yonim, Nihitam Chatye, Satyavratam, Satyaparam, Trisatyam, Satyasya yonim, Nihitam Satye, Satyasya Satyam, Ruta Satya Netram, Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannaha. I'll repeat once again. Satyavratam, Satyaparam, Trisatyam, Satyasya yonim, Nihitam Satye, Satyasya Satyam, Ruta Satya Netram, Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannaha. So how many Satyas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that 9 times it's coming. So it glorifies the Lord's wonderful qualities here. As we always say that, no, Prabhupada mentions, no, Nama Rupa Leela Guna. So here the Guna is explained. So the Devata translation, the Devatas prayed, O Lord, you never deviate from your vow. Seppa Mudayai. I'm repeating from the Pāsuram. Āndāl she said, Seppa Mudayai. You never deviate from your vow, which is always perfect because whatever you decide is perfectly correct. That's why when the Lord appeared as Krishna himself, whatever he performed, it is in line with the Shastric injunctions. But whereas in Ramayana, Lord Rama was completely following the Shastric injunctions. So one has to understand Krishna, when he does it, it becomes perfectly correct. That's what Prabhupada translates. Whatever you decide is perfectly correct and cannot be stopped by anyone. So being present in the 3 phases of cosmic manifestation. So as we know that Bhagavatam explains, Krishna expands into Purushavatar, then he expands into the Gunavatar. So creation, he takes the Rajoguna of Brahma, and when it is coming to maintenance, the Lord Vishnu himself expands, and he is called as in the Sattvaguna, and again the Lord expands into Tamoguna, that is Lord Shiva for annihilation. So you are the supreme truth. What the Bhagavatam very first Vedanta Sutra says, Satyam Param Dhimahi. Then, indeed, unless one is completely truthful, this is a line to be underlined. So what is more important for us? We have to be very truthful. That's why Prabhupada always mentions, what does he say? Purity is the force. What is purity? To be truthful. So here also it is mentioned, indeed, unless one is completely truthful, one cannot achieve your favor. So one cannot blame, oh, I did this, I have done so many devotional service, but I am not. No, no. If you are truthful, the Lord always comes to your favor. So which is therefore cannot be achieved by hypocrites. Very clear it is, hypocrites. Okay. You are the active principles. This is what, again, as I told you, everything becomes the Shastra when he does it. The real truth in all the ingredients of creation, and therefore you are known as Antaryami, the inner force, who is in you, each and every jiva, and who is the guiding force. You are equal to everyone. Again, this is established, no? What is that? Vimala. What is the word in there? Pāsuram. Vimala means blemishless. So here also it is mentioned, you are equal to everyone. And your instructions apply for everyone, for all time. Nakalena smaranaha, right? So there is no time limit. Every time it is applicable. You are the beginning of all truth, origin of truth, and therefore offering obeisances, we surrender unto you. Kindly give us protection. So Prabhupada always mentioned there is no truth beyond the Lord. He is the absolute truth. Okay. So this is a wonderful verse which talks about it. Let us get into Ramayana also, wherein Lord Ramachandra gives a vow. Let us see what does he say there. Sakurdeva prapannaya tavasmiti cha yachate abhayam sarvabhutebhyo dadami etat vratam. What is that? Etat vratam. He is taking a firm vow. That means dadami etat. Dadami etat vratam mama. My vow. Here also, Lord Rama makes it very clear. Sakurdeva prapannaya. Prapannaya means one who takes the lotus feet as the shelter. So the translation goes like this. The Lord completely takes care of the devotees who has taken Lord Ramachandra's lotus feet as the shelter, and he gives them abhayam, fearlessness. As we see in the Pāsuram, what does Āndāl Nachiyar says? What is the line? I forgot that. 1 minute. Kappam tavirkum. Here also, Lord Ramachandra makes it very clear, abhayam, sarva bhuteshu, for all the living entities. Vratam, mama, I have taken a vow. So these are the wonderful connections between the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Ramayanam. So one can relish each and every aspect of it. Sakrteva, eva means certainly. This is that's what I'm telling now. The Sanskrit verses are simply wonderful, making every statement of the Lord as emphatic. Similarly, Āndāl Nachiyar also makes all her phrases in the Pāsuram very emphatic. So there cannot be a doubt. This is what I want to repeatedly say. See, when we take the lotus feet as our shelter, he always be there to protect us. There is no doubt about it. That's why that 6th type of Sharanagati is what is mentioned in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. The first one, so the last one, what does it say? Rakshishiti Vishwasho. One should have a firm determination and faith. The Lord will protect. Right? So this way the Lord protects. And there are so many wonderful realizations of the Tiruppāvai also. Okay. So with this, we stop here. We will pray for the following devotees who have requested. One is Lokesh Maharishi, who is going to have an operation tomorrow. And today's is the birthday of Vrinda, daughter of Vinoda Prabhu and Sanatani Mataji. So we pray for both the devotees. And this Maharishi Prabhu comes out of this illness very soon to continue the Krishna Seva. Similarly, Vrinda also study well and serve Krishna and the devotees very well. Let's all pray. In addition to that, we all have to progress in Krishna Bhakti. Let's all chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra thrice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Chitra Mataji,
you can take over.
yeah, please take over, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.